I'm going to show you why it isn't necessarily a good idea to max out your 401k contributions. Along with that, I'll talk about getting free money from your employer, what a 401k is, the two types, and why you should contribute. I promise to show you that the average American can get $1,300 from their employer, and depending on your income, it could be much more. First, what's a 401k? A 401k is just a retirement savings plan that your employer offers. The 401k was designed by the U.S. Congress to encourage Americans to save for retirement. The primary benefits of a 401k are tax savings. Money that you put into a 401k gives you a tax benefit. A 401k works like this. You elect to have funds withheld from your paycheck and deposited into the 401k by your employer. The amount that you decide to have withheld is up to you. A 401k plan is company sponsored. As long as you're working for that company, you're allowed to contribute to a 401k. If you leave that company, then you can no longer contribute to that 401k, but you don't lose it. You can do what is called a rollover into an IRA. I made an IRA video that I will link at the end of this one. So why would I roll it over and not just leave it if I left my employer? You can leave it alone and your investments will sit there in whatever you selected with that employer. Most companies, however, only provide a few options for those investments. But if you roll it over, you now have full control over your investments. And you can invest in anything you want. So, what are the two types of 401ks? There is a traditional 401k and a Roth 401k. In the traditional, you contribute money pre-tax and get a tax write-off. Your money is then taxed when you retire. In the Roth, you contribute money that you have already paid taxes on. That way, you have no tax obligation when you retire. Basically, with a traditional, you get money back reflected in your yearly taxes. And the Roth, you don't pay taxes on your retirement money when you take it out. What does employer match mean? Do you remember when you first started your job and you filled out all of that paperwork? The employer said something like, we match 50% of up to 6% of your total contributions. What the hell does that mean? Well, I'll show you what it means. Your employer says they will match 50% of up to 6%. That means they will match half of what you save in a 401k up to 6% of your total income. If you don't contribute to a 401k, your employer won't either. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. To get the maximum amount of match in this example, you must put in 6% of your salary. The average American income is $44,000 a year. You want to max your employer's contribution to your retirement account, so you decide to contribute a full 6%, which equals $2,640. Or basically $110 a paycheck. Then your employer matches half of that, or $1,320. You contribute $2,640, your employer contributes $1,320, and your total retirement savings for the year ends up being $3,960. One thing that isn't usually well understood is you can edit your 401k contributions throughout the year. Say you need more money in September than you do in January, you can change the amount you select to send to your 401k anytime you like. Also, the employer match does not contribute towards your yearly maximum. It's extra. It is important to note that regardless of which type of 401k you choose, employer contributions will be taxed upon withdrawal. Now let me show you how much money you will have if you retire at 65 and max your employer match in the example that I just showed you. First, if you like this video, please consider sharing it and subscribe if you'd like more content like this. It really helps my channel. Let me show you 4 different age groups. If you start contributing to your 401k at age 40, you will have $289,000. If you start at age 35, you will have $448,000. If you're watching this video today as a 30-year-old and you start contributing tomorrow, you will have $682,000 when you retire. And finally, if you start at 25 and you just do the minimum employer match, you're going to be a millionaire when you retire. So how much can you contribute? What is the maximum? This year, the maximum is $20,500, and next year it's going up to $22,500. This is rare, but can you guess what a 25-year-old would have when they retire if they maxed out their 401k and we're not even talking about employer contributions? $5.8 million. There's a link to the website that I use for this calculation in my description. It's absolutely free. Okay, then why shouldn't I max out my 401k if I can earn so much money? Well, you certainly can, but in an ideal scenario, there's a more effective way to build wealth. First, have enough money set aside to cover medical expenses. Medical debt is the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. Next, contribute to a 401k up to the employer match. Then, if you have credit card payments or any other debt you're paying high interest on, put the rest of your money right there. It doesn't make sense to earn 8% back on your 401k if you're paying 17% to a credit card company. Then after that, build an emergency savings account. And finally, start an IRA or an HSA. Prioritizing in this way will allow you to maximize your returns. I will link my IRA video and HSA video right here.